What's good, lineage? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is your brother Chief Kalanaga with another video. Man, listen, as you could see, I'm on the road. Well, I'm getting ready to travel. So, when I'm traveling, I'll be showing y'all, scenery and, whatever is in London. So I'm giving y'all as much, videos as possible just to kind of make up. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. You feel me? Now, it is just so funny that I mentioned marijuana earlier in one of my bills, right? And guess what? Boom. Guess what came across my feed? Um, New York is passing the bill. All right. Now I told you about these actors, man. I told you about these actors. All right. Told you about the actors, and I'm confirming more and more with more information that everything I'm talking about, you see, is happening. Okay. I told you about marijuana earlier, about the herbs and the healing of the nation, and boom, what have we here? Let's get into this. Like I said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge, but we're going to continue though. One way or the other, you're going to learn. It's either you're going to learn the hard way or you're going to learn the tough way. But trust me, you're going to learn because the system is going to bend you until you break. Watch. Let's read this. Let's read this. What it do? What it do? What it do? Corey, what's up? Lineage, what's good? Check this out. Let's get into this. NY Bill. Remember, bills are acts, right? And who acts? Actors acts. Actors are the one who act, right? All right, they're all actors. Remember, I told you all about marijuana earlier, the herbs for the healing of the nation, and they decided after they put millions and millions of our brothers and sisters in jail for little roaches, then they tell you, hey, you know what? We're going to make it legal. Why? Because they have cornered the market. So they made it legal and they say, hey, do your thing, just smoke. And they got y'all addicted. Now, guess what? They're taking back the privilege. Let's read. Let's read, man. Like I said, I'm going to keep giving you the information until it hurts you. All right? Let us read. It says what? Bill would ban public use of marijuana, including edibles. And you know why? I'm so glad all of this is happening. Because like I said, you're going to learn the hard way. This system is going to bend you until you break. Let's read. In New York State, most municipalities ban the use of alcohol on public streets or outside of venues that specifically allow it. Yet, the state relatively new marijuana law doesn't let local governments impose the same restrictions on public consumption of THC, the psychoactive component in marijuana. The New York State Senator George Borrello wants to change that with high legislation. Give me 1 second. That would prohibit public use of marijuana in all forms unless specifically authorized by locality. In other words, now they gave you the privilege because they wanted you to support it, right? Now that you Negropeans are all over the place smoking in public and, oh, well, you're good to go. Guess what they say now? This Negroes, we got to take it back. So they're going to pass bills now to prevent you from smoking in public. Let's read. He calls it a public safety issue, but it's not about the dangers of the secondhand smoke. It's not about the dangers of the secondhand smoke. I'm trying to enact an open container law for marijuana, Borrello said, not just to ban smoking it, but vaping, edibles, anything in public places. Borrello R.J. Jameson, what's up with this ad here, man? Introduced Senate Bill 7604. Once again, a bill. What are bills? Bills are acts. Who act? Actors. Last week, and it is co-sponsored in the state assembly by Michael Novakov, our Brooklyn. The bill would impose a what? A $124 fine for consuming marijuana in public and allow municipalities to both enforce a state law and impose their own law regarding public use of marijuana. So basically, they are proposing a bill. However, the state could do their own thing and pass a public law because they're leaving it up to the municipalities to both enforce the state law and impose their own law regarding the use of marijuana. Okay? My brothers and sisters, I keep telling y'all, man, it's getting real out here. Currently, New York law makes it illegal to smoke cannabis any place tobacco smoking is prohibited. But the fine is only $25, which neither deters violators nor encourages enforcement, Borrello said. State law allows people to publicly use the drug, they call it a drug, in other forms like vaping or edibles, which presents a public safety threat, Borrello said. You can't walk down the street chugging a bottle of vodka, but you can get stoned in public, and that is just reckless, he said. As an owner of restaurants that serve alcohol, including the Sunset Bay Beach Club in Irving and Cabana Sam's Sunset Bay Grill, Borrello said he fears business owners may be held liable for the actions of the customers who get high on cannabis at their establishment. 30 or 40 years ago, the levels of THC intoxicating component in cannabis were far lower, maybe 3 or 4%, he said. Today's product is more like 70%, which is like the difference between drinking a glass of wine and drinking a glass of grain alcohol. All right. Y'all don't realize what's in this weed that they're selling you, man. It's driving people crazy. You don't believe me? Come to Brooklyn, go right there on Albany between Winthrop and Clarkson and see the amount of crazy brothers and sisters. Well, they got it for brothers over there. That's in this mental home due to your cannabis, okay, and other things. So right now, someone can come into our restaurant with a pocket full of gummies, and we are responsible for the person's public intoxication, he said. Borrello said many states that have legalized cannabis restrict consumption to private residents, including California. New York City recently launched a Let It Be Blunt campaign, reminding people about non-smoking laws after a wave of complaints about odor violations, prohibiting all use of cannabis in public places unless otherwise allowed by the locality would serve as a deterrent to irresponsible use of marijuana, and a $125 fine would show law enforcement that New York City is serious about public consumption of marijuana. Hopefully, it would serve as a deterrent, he said. This is public health issue. Though it was submitted by the Republicans in the legislature controlled by Democrats, Borrello said he hoped the bill will spark discussion, and that even liberal Democrats might support giving localities the power to regulate the public use of marijuana. Assembly Majority Leader Crystal Peoples-Stokes, D. Buffalo, could not be reached for comment on Sunday. The bill was introduced in committee in both houses of the legislature, whose 2023 session is over, but Borrello said further discussion may not have to wait until January. We have a special session before then, he said. Okay, my brothers and sisters, they are tightening the belt on y'all Negroes. Okay, because you know what? After, like I said, they have imprisoned millions of our brothers and sisters for just a roach. They wanted to monopolize the market. Now that they have monopolized the market and they got control, what they do, they give you freedom. All right. Now that they have the market, they're going to take away your privilege, and you're going to get fined for smoking in public right now. And the more you become defiant, the higher they're going to raise the fine. And now they're going to say, well, you know what? The fine ain't working. Now you're going to be imprisoned. My people, you perish for the lack of knowledge. Now I keep telling you this. All right. And you're going to continue to perish and perish and perish and perish until the universe push your backs against the wall and the universe start breaking you. That's when you're going to learn, because even your Bible says you are a stiff-necked people. This is not new. You have always been stiff-necked. And people like me, such as myself, come to teach you and show you the light and open up your eyes, but you still don't get it. You still don't get it. Even if Moses was an allegory, I am a modern day Moses, just like others such as myself, and y'all will not see it. trying to get you away from Babylon, trying to get you away from these pharaohs. But y'all gonna learn, man. Like I said, you're gonna learn the hard way. Now, that's just one aspect of the video. This is a two-part video because that's why I said and more. But before I get into the and more, let me explain something to y'all. Okay? First off, lawfully, they cannot send you to prison or jail for an herb that was created by the gods. They cannot do that. That's in nature. They can't do that. However, they could give it a name, and then they could make the name a property, or patent the name and make the name a property of the corporation. So you are not going to jail for smoking an herb that was created by the gods. You are going to jail for smoking marijuana, the name. That's what you're going to jail for. The name, cannabis. That's what you're going to jail for. You are not going to jail for smoking or using herbs that was given to you by the gods. No. You're going to jail for smoking a patent product. The name, not the herb. Okay? And I hope that's not going over your heads, because I have to break down these things to you so you comprehend the position that you're in. All right? And I know for a fact, because why? I Chief Kalanago, have literally gotten a brother out of a situation. They caught him with 7 pounds of what they call marijuana coming from Maryland. All right? Going all the way to upstate New York. And then they took the city of Maryland had the case. They couldn't do anything, so the state picked it up, and then the federal picked it up. And when I got involved with one of my elders, and we took over that case. All right. They even had his pictures on billboards in Maryland. The feds had his pictures on billboard. All right. A big case, cracking that big case. When we got involved, guess what? The feds couldn't do anything. Then they had to drop it back to the state. Then they drop it back to the borough. And eventually they had to let it go because we knew how to attack it. We attacked it from an indigenous perspective. Of course, it was a whole lot more details, but I'm breaking these things down to you because I know what I'm talking about. 7 pounds, they charged him for intent to sell. When we got involved, trust me, it was a problem. It was a problem until when they realized they couldn't do anything, they started stalking him at his home. And we put some more pressure on them until they just left him alone. And then he got up, he took his family, he moved to California. But moral of the story is he did not go to jail. Moral of the story is he does not have a record talking about he intent to sell or nothing like that. Okay? One of the key factors was we didn't know what marijuana was. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, that's just a little gem right there, right? But the bottom line is this. They could send you to jail for smoking, and they could regulate, and they could do all these things and give you privileges and take it away. Give it to you, take it away, give it back to you and take it away. Modify these privileges because why? You are smoking a patent word. Yes, it's the herb that you're smoking, but the name is the problem. So anytime you're smoking the herb and it's called marijuana or weed and it's called, cannabis, all those things are patent words. And you need permission to smoke these things, but you don't need permission to utilize the healing herbs that the gods gave us. Now, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do none of that. But for y'all smokers out here, it would behoove you if you know that information. You feel me? But either way, they are capitalizing on your ignorance. All right? They're capitalizing on your ignorance. And this is an indigenous herb, but we're not the ones that has cornered the market. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. So that's coming. That's literally coming to New York. You'll be charged $125 for smoking in public, even the vapes. And you know what? I ain't mad because I was on the train earlier, all right, and a young brother, he's on the train smoking the vape. I mean, come on, have some respect, man. I mean, if you're outside on the street, you want to do your thing, do you, but you on the train, people on the train, and you're out there puffing and smoking. Because our people have not mastered their disciples. They have no discipline. That's why they cannot ascend into the Christ. That's why they cannot lead disciples and become fishers of men. It was all allegory. You feel me? So now they're imposing a $124, $25 fine. Now, if that's not going to work, what they're going to do is they're going to raise it to $500. I know how these things work. Mark my words. Pay attention to the things I'm saying. If that don't work, they're going to slap some imprisonment on it. So now it's a $500 fine or a $125 fine with 6 months to a year in prison. If that don't work, they're going to send it up to 5 to 10 years. Y'all think it's a game? Y'all think this corporation is playing games with y'all, huh? All right, watch. Mark my words. Let's go to the next one because I said this is a part 2 video. Part 1 is about the herbs, the cannabis, the marijuana, etc., etc. Okay. Part 2, we're going to talk about apartments. I'm just here to open up your eyes, man. I'm just here to open up your eyes. Okay? Just here to open up your eyes, and you do what you want with the information. I'm only the messenger. Next. All right? All right? Check this out. The first one I'm going to share is this. Okay, so I already closed that out. 1-bedroom apartments in New York. Let's look at that. Let's look at the prices of 1-bedroom apartments in New York. Not in New York, in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, New York. I remember when apartments in Brooklyn was mad cheap. Let's look at the prices of 1-bedroom apartments in New York right now. 1 bedroom. You see that? Brooklyn, New York. Price. 1 bedroom. Check this out. 1 bedroom. $4,326 to $5,782. All right, that's on that's in Brooklyn. Then we have another one between 4,000 and 5,000. Then we have another one right here. That's on Bean Street, right there in Brooklyn on Bean Street. Almost $2,700 for a 1 bedroom. Dog and cat friendly. Who do you think they're catering to? Y'all think it's a game? I'm gonna explain something to you about pale skinned people in a minute, all right? And this has nothing to do with hate. You just have to know and study the characteristics of people, all right? Then we have on Livingston Street, 4,000 to 5,000. Then we have Eagle Street, 4,000 to 8,000. Okay. Then we have Rockwell, 4,000, about 4,000. Then we have East 14th Street, 2,000 to about 2,800, almost 3,000, right? So that is in certain places of Brooklyn that's considered to be, high, the high neighborhoods, right? Where people with money supposedly live. Well, let us go to East New York. Let us go to East New York. Let me stop sharing real quick. Okay. Let's go to, not East New York, East Flatbush. Let's go to East Flatbush first before we go into East New York. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Corey. All right, a studio is $1,300, and that's the cheapest you could get. All right. Now check this out. Let us go to East Flatbush. Look at the prices in East Flatbush. Okay, let's go to the prices in East Flatbush. Check this out. Those are 1 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, right? Let me see, 1 bedroom. Yeah, 1 bedroom plus. So it might be a bedroom and a half, etc., right? 21 to about $2,200 a month. You have 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. You have $2,400 a month. Okay. We got a 3 bedroom here. We got $3,100 a month. But anyway, the bottom line is a 1 bedroom. You could not get a 1 bedroom for less than $1,600. All right. That's what's happening in Brooklyn right now. Okay. That's in East Flatbush. Let us go to East New York. East New York. All the places that used to be so rough and bad. All right. At least that's what it used to be promoting, right? Or what was being promoted. Let's go into East New York right now. East New York, check this out. 1-bedroom apartment, almost 3,000. Another one, 2,700. Another one, almost 2,600. Another one, $4,000 a month. And we're talking about 1 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, right? We have Lot Street over there on Lot. Lot was a place that was people was afraid to go to Lot. Guess what? Apartment is 2,300 for a 1 bedroom on Lot Street right now. Okay, so I'm showing you all that for a reason. Now let me explain something to you about Caucasians and pale-skinned people. And I'm not saying everybody's the same, but Caucasian, a lot of pale-skinned people, all right, they will be down for the cause until they get the benefit. Let me repeat myself, and I'll tell you why I could say this with conviction. Okay, because Brooklyn was predominantly people of color. All right, they teach our people how to run down their neighborhoods, have the PC hallways. Okay, destroy everything that they have. You feel me? So that the value of the properties will go down. And then slowly but surely, pale-skinned people started moving in. All right. And then all of a sudden, things started changing. We started getting bike lanes. We started getting speed bumps. They reduced the speed limit to 25. You feel me? The Jews are buying everything up. Okay. Yes, absolutely, Ricardo. Lot was crazy in the 80s, especially the 90s, even in the 2000s. Okay. But what's happening is a lot of pale-skinned people are moving in. All right. And that's why I had to do a 2-part video. It is not just about the marijuana and the weed. No, they cornered the market right now. And since our people are consumers, they are the biggest consumers. And like I've always told y'all in videos, I've been telling y'all 20 years ago, consumers get consumed. And you are being consumed right now, whether it's in the jail system, whether it's in the mental homes, whether it's in the hospitals, you are being consumed because you don't know how to stick together. You feel me? So these Jews are buying everything up and they're raising the rent. 1-bedroom apartment, 1,600. So now you can't afford it. And our people are on the streets, homeless. All right. And the pale-skinned people, they only care when it affects them. All right. And not all, but the majority of them, they will only care when it affects them because they will get involved in the movement so that it benefit them. Once they get the benefit, everything is all good. Everything is all good. Am I mad at them? No, that's their nature. That's their nature. So I'm showing you all this so you could open up your eyes and see, man. And our people will not live these concrete jungles. I'm about to get out of New York. I'm telling y'all for real. I'm just setting some things up, create a few online businesses. You know what I'm saying? Create some cash flow, and I'm out. I'm out. Because I'm telling you, man, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because that's why the United States got all these immigrants to come here from Europe and give them amnesty and give them food stamps and give them housing. Okay? All that stuff is being paid on your backs. But you don't realize that. You don't see that. Okay? It's been happening since the late 1800s into the 1900s when they were coming in from Ellis Island and the Los Angeles Islands in California. The Angels, Island of Angels. Okay? In millions. They got land, they got housing. Literally, everything that they have was on our backs, was from us indigenous people. Oh yeah, Harlem is gone. All right? But yet still, The majority of our people will not unite. The majority of our people will not stand together and realize what's going on. So you continue to be a victim and you blame it on your skin. No, it's not your skin. No, it is not because you're black, because obviously you're not black. It is because of the state of your mind. All right. And of course, black is a curse. So what do you expect? You have taken the curse of the pale man, because pale, black means pale. That was their curse. But you took it upon yourself. You took it upon yourself voluntarily. So now you're dealing with the curse of the pale man. And you have people like Umar Johnson pushing the slave narrative, making you slaves, making you proud to be a color in a crayon box. Oh, you're not proud of your blackness. Proud of what blackness? What part of you is black? But like I said, I'm only the messenger, man. I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just want to keep showing you what's going on. And a lot of you will see this and you're gonna ignore it. You know? Because you're comfortable. You're comfortable. All right? So they made marijuana illegal. Okay? Because in the 70s, it wasn't illegal. All right? The late 60s, 70s. Then they made it illegal because they were cornering the market. Now that they have cornered the market, they say, hey, you know what? Let's give them a run. What we're going to do is we're going to bring a pandemic and we're going to give them a run, because you know it's what it's about. That was your coronation in 2019, but they turned you about it. They turned you against it mentally. So you could not ascend into your coronation. In other words, you could not get your crown. You could not get your corona. Okay? And then they said, hey, you know what? Let's lace this weed, this marijuana. Let's drive them crazy. So let's make it legal. You could smoke anywhere because we got to corner the market. Now that they have cornered the market, you know what? Let's make it illegal now. We're going to find them. Who do you think is going to affect? Who do you think? It's not going to affect the pale people. Pale people don't walk around in the streets smoking weed like that. No, they do everything in private. Okay? They do everything in private because they were taught how to operate within public and private. But y'all always want to be public because you don't know what it means to be private. So you're perishing for the lack of knowledge. So who you think is going to affect? But let me guess, you're going to blame it on your skin, right? Because you're black. No, it's because of your ignorance. It is not because of the color of your skin. And you will continue to walk in this perpetual cycle of slavery if you don't renew your mind, if you don't change your mindset. It's going to continue to happen. Guess who owned the corner stores? The Arabs. Arabs and Spaniards that own the corner stores. All right? Yep. That's exactly what's going on. And you just love being consumers, man. You love being consumers. But I'm going to repeat it again. Consumers get consumed. All right? And this is tough love. This is tough love that I'm giving you right now, because the truth is harsh. The truth is tough. And I'm just so thankful I don't smoke, man. Because this thing is an addiction. It has become a disease. It is an addiction. I mean, you know, the further back you go into antiquity, people used to smoke for ritual purposes. Now everybody's doing it for recreational purposes, and they don't care where they get it from. They go to this corner store. You don't know what's in it. Okay, you don't know what's in these vapes. You have no idea what's in that. But you're just smoking and smoking. Yeah. But man, The Walking Dead, man. I see why that series was a hit. And the truth, you know what? I never really watched that. I never did. I don't know. I don't know if something is wrong with me, man, or Something is right with me. I don't know. But I'm in a whole different vibe, man. For real. I'm on a different vibe. So, you know, and don't get me wrong, man. I'm not telling y'all, if you grow your own thing, you can't do your own thing. I'm not saying that. All I'm just saying is you don't know where these people get these things from. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what they're putting in it, especially the ones in our neighborhoods, man, in our communities. My brothers and sisters, they're not giving you. Okay, let me tell you something. The system, the corporation don't care about anybody, but particularly us. Okay, when it's all said and done, it's just business at the end of the day. All right, but in their business and in their business dealings, there is a hierarchy. Okay, and different demographics have certain privileges over others, and we are getting the worst end of the stick. Okay. But y'all don't want to give it up. You don't want to give it up. You're addicted. You have become a drug addict, and you don't even realize that. And now you're on videos, camera. Every time somebody do a live, they puffing, they smoking. Like that's supposed to be cool. These pale people are tired with you walking the streets smoking all the time, sagging your pants. So you know what they did? They wrote letters to their representatives, and now bills are being passed by these actors. All right? That's the difference between us and the pale people. They stick together. We don't. Okay? Our people march. They don't march. They write letters. They hold their leaders accountable. We cannot hold ours accountable because they already sold us out. Because they're already calling you Black and African American. So that alone in itself should show you that they don't have your best interest at heart. So that's why this whole Black Lives Matter thing is a joke. In fact, it was created by Jews. But y'all gonna learn though. Y'all gonna learn. All right. Anyway, I'm about to conclude this video, and I think I'm gonna give you one more, and then I'm gonna chill and relax myself. All right. So just watch the movie unfold, man. Just watch the movie unfold. And I keep telling you, man, my brothers and sisters, only you could save yourself. All people such as myself could do is give you the information, and then you have to use your own discernment, your own judgment, and decide what change you have to make in your life. I know it's hard, brothers and sisters. I know it's tough. Okay? I seen a sister earlier, and every time I see her, I'm like, she always got cigarettes, right? So I'm like, I thought you told me you was going to quit last week. But, she always smiles. She's like, Chief, I want to quit. I want to quit. But so I was passing earlier today, and I seen her with a box. And I'm like, let me get that box. Prove to me you want to quit. Let me get the box as good faith that you want to quit. I'm going to help you quit. Give me the box. She said, no, Chief, nah, I got to keep this box, man, because, my job, because of this job, I got to smoke. Because that's the goal, brothers and sisters. What do you think job is? Job is Job. Go read the story of Job in the Bible. Okay, let me ask you a question. If I were just to write that word, J-O-B, how would you know I'm saying job or Job? It's the same story they're telling you. They have to work you to death. The gods have to take away everything from you. Everything. Run you to the ground because they're the one playing the gods. The story was allegory. The only difference is when it was all said and done, Job did not retire. Okay. However, he was given everything back and more. You feel me? Because he had to rise in consciousness. But a lot of you don't want to rise. So you will continue to be the Job that's losing everything. You see? Why do you think the words have, it's pronounced this differently, but it's the same word. That's why I keep telling you, it's not about the pronunciation. It's about the energy. It's about the vibration of the word, the frequency of the word. And don't get me wrong, lineage. I know there's bills to pay. I get that. But if everybody made up their mind, listen, man, animals don't pay rent. Animals don't buy food. Animals don't work. Everybody just have to decide to stop. And all this thing will be done. But no, people are afraid. Fear. Because the Bible taught you to be afraid. Fear God. Fear God. Why would you be afraid of your Father? Why would you be afraid of your Creator? Does that even make sense? Obviously, that is not the universal creators. We are the universal creators. They give you a golden image, a false idol to worship, and tell you to be afraid of it. But you got 36 minutes of this. I'm about to conclude this video, and I'm going to do another one right after this. All right? So hopefully you receive this message with the love that I gave it. And just know that I'm not here criticizing you. I'm just here giving you the information to open up your mind. I have to keep feeding you. I have to keep feeding you. I have to keep feeding you, because I can't do this alone. I can't do it alone. All right? I really can't. I appreciate that, Brother Corey. I can't do it alone. All right? So I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. I'm about to start it, like literally. I'm going to set it up right now. All right, we'll talk in a few minutes.